Day 2 at Bathurst is done and dusted, and now most of the grid is set. Today saw two somewhat quiet practice sessions, with the only real issue being Zach Best stopping out on track in James Courtney's Mustang when they had a belt failure. He did drive it back to the pits after stopping, but yeah, it shredded one of the belts on the engine and it didn't continue. There was a few people going off. The Erebus cars probably looking the best overall in practice. The AAA cars, although very quick, they didn't look quite as comfortable with that speed. Nobody told the Groves that there was parity problems with their cars, and they were very quick in the sessions. Payne was fastest in P3 with Reynolds second in that session, and then they were fifth, and Reynolds was a little bit slower in P4. I'm just trying to find him down. He was down in 18th in practice 4, but the Groves in general are looking very strong. Maybe they didn't bolt on any tyres there in practice 4, because both of them, well, we had qualifying and both of them did make the top 10 shootout for tomorrow. But yeah, after what was a fairly quiet morning and then early afternoon, qualifying, that all of a sudden all hell broke loose. Will Brown, the first casualty in qualifying, found the wall at turn 2. Fair bit of damage to the car. He did drive back to the pits. They did get him back out, but no pace, so there was probably more going on there with that. Brown, they ended up in 17th position, so it's not the end of the world, but as we have been talking about, double stacking being such a big thing this year, especially with kind of the two best teams having two top cars. Groves are kind of finding themselves in that pack right at the front as well. DJR, they've got two cars that are kind of in the mix as well. Even though I didn't really predict DJR to do too much, they are looking pretty solid right now. But yeah, Will Brown kind of, they've made that a lot harder work right now. I don't think we'll see Jack Perkins starting the car. I think you put Will Brown in off the start there to try and make up as much positions as possible, but then that also does, put kind of Jack at risk in stint 2 if there's a lot of main game guys out there in that stint. But that's probably a bit more of a chat for tomorrow night. But I suppose we're not going to be talking about them too much with the top 10 shootout tomorrow. Then Declan Fraser was the next victim. He got the wall hard at Sulman Park. Hard. That's going to be a big rebuild. Probably not the best thing for his career right now, while he is looking for a job for next year. They will be starting off last. Just not good. Then the other one, Scott Pye, gave the wall a nudge at turn 2. Luckily, just a nudge, they realigned the wheels a little bit and off he went. They weren't too bad. They showed a lot of pace today, ended up 12th at the end of the day, just outside that top 10. Thomas Randall, he was the first to miss out in 11th. Then we have Davison in 10th, Mostert was 9th, Matty Payne in 8th, Shane Van Gisbergen at the death knell, he got in, he's 7th, Dave Reynolds in 6th, Brock Feeney in 5th, Cam Waters in 4th, Anton De Pasquale in 3rd, Jimmy Golding, 2nd. Yep. Wow. Lots and lots of pace in that car for qualifying. Yeah. Let's see what happens in the top 10 with them. But yeah, speechless on that one. And Kostecki and Russell first. That car looks quick. I think Kostecki, my money's on him for to take the top 10. I was telling a lot of people at work today, if you are betting on the race, because me being me with my knowledge, a lot of people come and ask me, who do I put my money on for this weekend? I've been saying Kostecki and Russell, so that probably means they aren't going to win now. But yeah, they have just looked very, very comfortable all day. It's going to be a tough task for all the other teams, and now especially with Will Brown and their troubles today, I think they just made their job a hell of a lot harder and made it a little bit easier for Kostecki and Russell. And Russell is right up there with the top of the co-drivers as well. He'll be more than comfortable in his sessions. So they are looking really strong. Probably the biggest surprise today was the DJR, both cars in the top 10. And yeah, just kind of the pace out of the Fords after all the torque whether the race pace is there, they're definitely there in qualifying. I'm just looking through the list quickly. There's no one really that was a big disappointment not making it other than Brown. Out of the wild cards, Goddard was in 20th. That's a very strong position. Kai Allen in 25th. Yeah, it's not the slowest. Aaron Love, 26th, and Jack Smith was the slowest. So Nick Percat, he's going to kick off from 23rd on the grid. Yeah, so still no pace out of that car, where, Mostert is in the top 10. So tomorrow, top 10 shootout. We've still got a couple of practice sessions to go as well. Once again, I'll do a quick recap of the day tomorrow night. But also, work commitments today. I haven't watched Super 2 yet, so nothing to report on that. That's why I've glossed over Super 2 for today. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow just after the top 10 shootout to do a quick recap on the day and give my thoughts on what's going to happen in the race. But right now, I am predicting a Coca-Cola, Erebus, Kostecki and Russell win, because they are looking very, very strong. Triple Eight guys, they seem to have a lot of pace, but it seems to be a lot more on edge. I think probably the Groves are the next guys to watch, and the four drivers there are all looking pretty good as well. So until tomorrow, I'm still Dave, and I'll catch you later.